Washer's central correction in this sermon is about what authority actually is. He says that a man must be very careful never to place his authority in the context of Caesar. That is, an authority that rules, has dominion over. It belongs in the context of Christ, the true king. So what is a husband's authority? It is the authority for a husband to serve. That's right. It's a right that we have as men to make every decision for the glory of God, for the benefit of my wife, for the benefit of my children. And crucially, some of us might be sitting there thinking, what about me? We might channel our inner Shannon Noll and say, what about me? I'm not in the formula. Well, this is where he drives it home bluntly in his sermon. Real biblical authority will send us to an early grave. It makes us tired. It makes us a servant. It makes us, as the head of the home, responsible for everything. He essentially says, this is the mindset we should have in our heads from a biblical lens. I have the right to serve everyone in my home and to go to bed more tired than everyone else in my home. He said on his days as a mission worker, he's come home from a hard day's work at the mission knowing that his day has just begun. And that was a great shift for me because I sometimes go through long days of work, come home or I go downstairs, things are in chaos, and I tell myself, well, you worked a hard day, mate. You deserve to give yourself 30 minutes of R&R and, wind yourself into a bit of family time. And I've caught myself often doing that. I mean, for two reasons, that's terrible, right? The first thing is, obviously, my wife at home has also had a day with the kids, which is pretty challenging. But the second thing is there is a beauty to coming home to your family and coming home to the kids and being with them. And sometimes you lose the beauty of being a father. And so I love this reminder that I got from Paul Washer. He essentially says that headship is not a gorilla-like beating of the chest, nor a Caesar who expects everyone to serve him because he's the breadwinner. The instinct many men carry home is, I've worked hard, now everyone should serve me. And that's exactly backwards to what the Bible says. The Bible just says, no, you worked hard because that's your role. You have to just keep going. Paradoxically, he says, when a man serves like this wholeheartedly, with a servant-heartedness, his family will want to serve him in return. And I think that's beautiful, right? It's not, we don't do something out of expectation. We do something out of our love and our responsibility that the Bible has bestowed upon us. But if our family sees that, there's this love that they will show us, which, is awesome. I love seeing that sometimes at home when I've had a tough day. And one of my sons just says, Dad, I'll help you with that. It just warms your heart. Paul Washer adds, with headship comes accountability. And so when something goes wrong in the home, person in authority is the one that's often held responsible. And so Washer encourages us to ask ourselves, what's the biggest problem in our marriage? Well, here's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that my wife needs a better husband. What's the biggest problem in my family? The biggest problem is my wife and children need a better husband and father. And why is this important? It's not saying, oh, my wife deserves to be with someone else. No, it's saying rather than cataloging our wife's faults or our kids' faults, the head of the home, which is us, we need to look at ourselves first. That's our starting point.